Okay, we're going to wait a few minutes. We're going to wait a few minutes while a few more people come on before we get started. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Hi, Jackie. Wait until you hear about these paintings. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to our live artist talk here at Deering. We are here with Natalia Garcia-Lee and Melissa Diaz. They're going to take us through Monkey Minds and Natalia's work. We're so happy to have you here. Please keep in mind, we are all wearing our masks, keeping our distance. If for whatever reason you cannot hear Natalia or Melissa, please let me know, and we'll make sure to repeat our questions, answers, and things like that. I ask that everyone hold their questions till the end. We will have time for that. And now I'm going to turn this around to Natalia. Hi, Melissa. Hi, our lovely museum curator. All right, and I'll let you two take it off from here.
Okay. So tonight, I thought we could talk about Natalia's work and the things about her work and her practice and her interests that really drew me and inspired me to invite her to exhibit as part of the Deering Contemporary Projects. Monkey Mind, the exhibition, is covered through a short film that is being directed by George Gonzalez-Graupera, and that should be released in the coming 2 days. So I highly encourage everybody to check that out. We'll put it up on our website, on all our social media channels. It's a really beautiful film that really takes a deep dive into this particular exhibition. So I thought tonight, as a complement to that and to the show, we would talk about Natalia's work as a whole and some of her general interests that led to the creation of Monkey Mind and her next upcoming series. So with that, just to kick things off, in particular with this series, your work explores this beautiful relationship between art and science. You know, this very scientific approach to the way you observe your subject matter, which runs in contrary to the stereotype of artists being very emotional and, you think of the stereotypical artist in the studio working alone and reading work as a reaction to the world around them. Your approach is very much based in kind of a science observational approach to looking at different topics and subjects of human behavior as a species. I wonder if you could talk about this beautiful intersection that you have between that research approach and then your painterly style as well.
So so the research is many years in the making. It's what I'm interested in. Human behavior is, I think, we're the most interesting species on the planet, and how we behave shows in all aspects of our everyday lives. And with Monkey Mind in particular, Monkey Mind is the Buddhist way of kind of dividing how the mind works between monkey mind, which is a little bit like what Melissa was saying. It's emotional, it's reaction, it's impulsive, and then the other side would be horse mind, that's more calm and analytical, organized. So I felt that monkey mind was really where most of us kind of live in our brains. And so I started thinking of where monkey mind actually is, and it's in your brain. And your brain is actually quite structured. It's not disorganized, and it's malleable and flexible. And I wanted to be able to show that it moves, and your ideas and your thoughts move, but it's also built on something, and that's what you see in the paintings are the neurons that kind of make the structure of the image.
And thinking also about this relationship between art and science, in particular the human body, there's this super long tradition of artists trying to render the human body. I think of like Leonardo da Vinci's anatomical sketches. You chose for solid state, I'm thinking in particular, the brain, which is this amorphous, colorless organ.
Right.
So I'm I mean, when you approach this particular work, I mean, how are you thinking about it? Its depiction and the rendering, and did you look at any diagrams for that, or what was the thinking behind?
So the thinking behind the paintings is even though the neurons and the different parts of the brain are very soft and malleable and colorless, their function is not. Their function is very straightforward. And even though it can be changed, so if you lose a piece of your brain, other parts might take up the function that that little piece had. The function of it actually is really specific, and so I wanted to address that part. And even though it's colorless, what it does in your life is not colorless. So I wanted to use color as a way of expressing the activity that's happening there.
Yeah. And I see the connection with your previous series, because I know, Natalia, you work in series
Right.
with different questions that you tackle in a particular body of work. And your previous series was with architecture and the concept of shelter and
Right.
the home as a structure. And it's interesting that in this series, the brain and the mind is this structure
Right.
that dictates our behaviors and who we are.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it is, there are a lot of things that carry over from the previous series. Architecturally speaking, even though I'm not making houses, I am building a structure. So instead of it being a structure for you to live in, it's the structure of your brain. And no, it doesn't have hard lines in it, but I mean, it does now.
And I know that, so with Monkey Mind, this is the ending, or for now, of this particular series. What is the next project that you're working on? So what is the next series going to be about?
So the next series is, each one takes at least a year or two. And I'm waiting towards a series that I started a few years ago with the first iteration called Universe 25. And that's very much based on insights of a particular researcher. How species would behave in a utopian society. And so I will be addressing population and how that affects how we behave in certain environments, cities, in structures, and when we're doing all of our regular stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
No, these are big. I mean, we talked about how you deal with these big philosophical questions. You don't provide answers because in some of these cases you're not. But getting into these areas of research, I mean, they create this wonderful dialogue and conversation. And I wonder how you feel about viewers engaging with your work and having these big conversations.
It's the most interesting for me. So if someone else is interested, then that's a really great thing, especially since it's not, so obviously, or I hope not so obviously laid out as an explanation as to what I'm doing. Maybe it's just their interest is piqued just because of the shapes or the layering or something that they're seeing in the paintings. And they want to find out more, and that's great.
And playing with scale, I mean, this next series sounds huge. Are you going to be exploring more of the larger scale canvases with this next body of work?
Yes, there'll probably be a couple of smaller ones too, just to start. But yes, I'm really looking forward to making the larger canvases. I think I need the space for the next paintings, just because of the subject matter that I would be doing.
Where will they be? Are they going to be next LNS exhibition?
So LNS, so the gallery that I'm so proud and happy to be a part of. Well, hopefully it will be shown together as a solo exhibition at some point in the future. I mean, with the pandemic and everything that we're going through now, that there's no way that anyone can say exactly, and that's okay. So we'll see. Hopefully, not too far off.
Okay. Do we have any questions?
So far, no. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask now if there's anything that was missed. My only question, well, I have a question.
Yeah.
I always have questions. And maybe this is something that will be discussed during the video. But I'm just curious. One, when did you start with this? And two, did the quarantine have any effect on your work this year?
On this series?
Mm-hmm.
So this series I started, so it's been maybe a year and a half
Okay.
on this series. And the quarantine doesn't have
Right,
much of an
since-
effect
yeah.
because I'm just in the studio all the time anyway, so
Okay.
I kind of already quarantined myself. So that doesn't have much of an effect.
All right.
How did you know when this was done? Like, I know that we've talked about it and that this is done
Yeah.
now. But as an artist, when do you get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm finished?
Yeah, that's a question that we ask ourselves. I think you know when you're done. Well, when you're done with an individual piece of work, I think for me, I know when I'm done when I can't think of what else to do, or it's kind of like the pieces have already fallen into place. It doesn't mean it's going to be good, but it just means it's probably done. As far as this series, I kind of know when I'm done because as I'm finishing, my brain is already thinking about what the next series will be.
Okay.
Or so as I'm working on one, I'm already thinking about the next work. So that's kind of a really good indicator to tell you that you want to shift your focus.
Okay. And so I'm assuming then that you already started working on a new series. Yes?
Well, yes.
Not to put you on the spot, but
Yes.
you know, I would love to see, you know, more of your. I personally would love to see more of your work. So you know, I'm sure everyone else is just as excited to see, you know, what else you have, you know,
Yeah.
that you're developing. So
Yeah. It'll be a little while. I
okay,
guess.
okay, that's fair.
Starting.
That's
But
fair.
there is work at LNS. I think there's work up at the gallery.
Yeah,
I
they
highly
have-
encourage.
Right, they do have some of the last series. There's a few smaller paintings of the last series of Single Family Home that are at the gallery. And then when this show comes down, June 30th, I believe,
Yeah.
they will get whatever hasn't been purchased.
And actually, we've extended it, right? We're
Oh,
extending it
July
to
4th.
July,
Oh, I
through
didn't know
July
that.
4th
Yeah,
weekend.
So July 14th. So,
So,
that's great.
so very important, everyone. Make sure to come by. Now, even though the homes are closed temporarily, they are open for our guided access, and that's daily at 10:30, 12:30, and 3 o'clock. It's free with admission. It would be a wonderful chance to see Natalia's exhibit in person before it does come down July 6th. And these are pieces that is wonderful to see in person. You could get a better appreciation for it. But that's anything else to add, ladies? No? Well, thank you everyone for joining us. In case you missed part of the show, it will be up on YouTube, where you could see the full live artist talk with Natalia and our lovely museum curator, Melissa Diaz. All right, everyone, thank you. Have a great night.
What was that?